Jalin Turner taking on Ignacio Bahamondes in the lightweight division. I am going to go Jalin Turner to win this fight as an underdog. Betting odds are interesting. Some of them have it as a 50-50. Some of them have Jalin as the dog. This is my underdog, Jalin Turner. He's going to be 29, height and reach exactly the same between these two freaks of nature in the lightweight division. Jalin's losses. He's 2-3 in his last 5. Moicano, he should have won that one, let's be honest there. He walked off. What are you doing, Jalin? Knocked out King Green devastatingly. Submitted Brad Rydell. Lost to Dan Hooker in an arguable fight that could have gone either way. And then lost to Mateusz Gamrot, again in an arguable fight that could have gone either way. 2 of them are the grapplers, so the only one we really got to look at to kind of dissect this fight with Ignacio Bahamondes is that Dan Hooker one, because he knocked out Bobby Green. We know his power is on point. But in the Dan Hooker fight, he actually looked really, really good on the feet. Made it that close of a fight in the striking with Dan Hooker is very, very impressive, and arguably won that fight. Just completely battered each other in the striking with their punches, with their kicks. I mean, they landed some like huge shots in that fight. I think Jalin's cardio is pretty good. He's got some crazy power that he's able to keep late on into these fights into round 3 as well. Ignacio's not as good in the power as Jalin, but probably going to land a little bit more volume than Jalin Turner in this fight. So it's a very, very close fight. I really do think Ignacio was just not going to land this hard of shots. He was able to knock out Manuel Torres in his last one. Got the Cristiano Jagos head kick before that. Lost to Ludwig Klein. Got taken down a little bit. And I actually think Jalin Turner is the better wrestler and grappler. He's been fighting a lot of these Gamrots and Moicanos and things like that. Early on in these fights, I think Jalin's actually better on the ground than Ignacio, and I think he's got that power advantage, and I think he can make this a little bit of wrestling, slow it down a little bit, and then when it's on the feet, really speed it up with big, powerful shots. I think the judges are going to give it to Jalin based off he's landing these bigger, more effective strikes and mixing in some wrestling and grappling. So I'm very, very torn. This isn't a fight I take lightly. It's going to be a banger. Not a clear victor at all. Because, again, Jalin makes these fights dog fights. If it goes all the way, it's going to be a dog fight. And if it doesn't, he's usually getting a knockout win. Or he's getting submitted. So we shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a banger at 155 pounds. I'm going to go Jalin Turner, 29-28, split decision in an absolute war.